Today we're shining a well-deserved spotlight on one of the most beloved and underappreciated names in mechanical watchmaking, Orient. For over 70 years, this Japanese manufacturer has been doing something remarkable, building genuinely in-house automatic movements, beautiful dials, and quality cases at prices that make Swiss competitors at twice the cost look overpriced by comparison. Orient doesn't cut corners by buying movements from outside suppliers. Every caliber is designed, built, and regulated in-house, giving you something truly rare at this price level, a manufacturer watch. From elegant dress pieces to serious dive tools and stunning moon phase complications, Orient's lineup is a treasure chest for the value-conscious collector. Here are 10 of the absolute best Orient watches you need to know about. And don't forget, every watch on this list has a link in the description so you can check pricing and availability instantly. Let's count them down. Number 10, Orient Bambino Version I. The Orient Bambino Version I is quite simply one of the greatest entry points into the world of mechanical watches, available anywhere at any price, a genuinely beautiful dress watch that introduces you to in-house automatic movement quality at a price that feels almost impossibly fair. The domed dial and domed mineral crystal give the Bambino an immediate vintage character that evokes mid-century dress watches costing many times more, and the applied hour markers and elegant sword hands complete a dial composition that is harmonious and deeply satisfying to look at. The in-house Orient caliber F6724 powers the watch with a reliable 40-hour power reserve and hacking and hand-winding functionality, features that many competitors at this price simply don't offer. The leather strap options across the wide range of dial colors, cream, black, white, blue, and beyond, allow you to tailor the Bambino's personality to your own taste. Number 9, Orient Mako II Automatic. The Orient Mako II Automatic is the dive watch that the value-conscious enthusiast community has quietly championed for years, a capable, honest, and good-looking sports watch that delivers dive-ready performance without demanding a dive watch price. Water-resistant to 200 meters with a unidirectional rotating bezel, luminous hands and indices, and a solid stainless steel case and bracelet, the Mako II has every credential a practical dive watch needs. The in-house automatic movement provides reliable daily performance, and the screw-down crown adds to the genuine water-resistance integrity of the package. Available in classic navy blue, black, and green dial configurations, there is a Mako II for every taste, and the bracelet quality is genuinely impressive for the money. Articulated links that sit comfortably on the wrist without pinching or rattling. The Mako II has sold millions of units worldwide for a simple reason. Number 8. Orient Ray II. The Orient Ray II is the Mako's close sibling, and in many eyes, its equal. A dive-capable automatic that adds its own distinctive character to the Orient sports watch lineup. Where the Mako leans toward the clean and traditional, the Ray II brings a slightly more refined case shape and a dial treatment that feels a touch more contemporary, making it an excellent choice for those who want dive watch credentials with slightly more everyday wearability. The screw-down crown, 200-meter water resistance, and unidirectional bezel are all present and correct, and the movement within is the same trustworthy in-house Orient caliber. The date display is neatly positioned at 3 o'clock without disrupting the clean balance of the dial layout. The bracelet is comfortable and well-finished for the price, and the overall package represents the kind of thoughtful, practical design that Orient has consistently delivered across decades. If the Mako II appeals to you, but you want something that moves a little more fluidly from the water to a casual dinner setting, the Ray II deserves serious consideration alongside it. Number 7, Orient Star Classic. The Orient Star Classic is where Orient's lineup makes a significant step upward, entering the prestigious Orient Star sub-brand, which represents the very finest of what this manufacturer produces. Unlike standard Orient watches, Orient Star models feature an exhibition case back that proudly displays a decorated movement with higher finishing standards, a sapphire crystal instead of mineral glass, and a power reserve indicator on the dial, a complication that adds genuine functionality and visual interest. The Classic delivers all of this in a dress watch format that is poised, proportioned, and deeply elegant. The domed sapphire crystal catches the light with a clarity that feels genuinely premium, and the power reserve indicator adds a watchmaker's detail that elevates the dial from attractive to genuinely interesting. Paired with a quality leather strap, the Orient Star Classic is a watch that holds its own in conversations with Swiss dress watches costing 2, 3, and 4 times the price, and it does so with a quiet confidence that comes from knowing exactly what it is and delivering it impeccably. This is value watchmaking at a higher level entirely. Number 6, Orient Tristar Automatic. The Orient Tristar Automatic is a hidden gem within the Orient catalog, a vintage-inspired piece that draws on the rich archive of mid-20th century Japanese watch design with a charm and authenticity that is genuinely difficult to manufacture at this price point. The Tristar's defining character comes from its distinctive three-pointed star motif on the dial, echoing Orient's heritage logo and giving the watch an identity that feels rooted in real horological history rather than invented nostalgia. The case proportions are compact and wrist-friendly, wearing with a lightness and elegance that larger modern watches can rarely achieve, and the movement within is Orient's dependable in-house automatic caliber. For collectors who gravitate toward vintage aesthetics but want modern mechanical reliability without the risk and cost of an actual vintage piece, the Tristar Automatic is a compelling and intelligent answer. Number 5, Orient Sun and Moon Version III. The Orient Sun and Moon Version III is one of the most visually captivating watches in the entire Orient lineup. A dress watch with a day and night complication that transforms the dial into a small theater of celestial movement. As the hours pass, a rotating disc behind the dial aperture transitions from a daytime sky blue to a deep midnight blue adorned with a crescent moon and stars. A poetic and genuinely enchanting complication that makes glancing at your watch a small moment of pleasure every single time. The version 3 refines the sun and moon formula with improved dial layout, richer colors, and better overall finishing compared to earlier iterations, and the in-house movement runs the complication reliably without adding complexity that could compromise long-term durability. On a leather strap, the Sun and Moon Version 3 wears like a piece of wearable art, a watch that people stop and ask about, that rewards emotional engagement, and that carries a romanticism almost entirely absent from sports watches and tool watches at this price. If you want a watch that makes you feel something every time you look at it, this is the one. Number 4, Orient Star Contemporary. The Orient Star Contemporary is Orient's bold statement to the world that Japanese watchmaking can produce genuinely stylish, technically accomplished modern watch design without asking for Swiss prices. Where the Orient Star Classic honors tradition, the Contemporary pushes the design language forward, experimenting with modern case shapes, layered dials, and a contemporary sports dress aesthetic that fits the modern lifestyle with real conviction. The Orient Star signature features are all present: sapphire crystal, exhibition case back, decorated movement, and power reserve indicator, but wrapped in a case and dial treatment that feels decidedly current. The result is a watch that appeals to younger collectors who want Orient Star quality and credibility, but in a form that doesn't feel tied to a previous era of design. Number 3, Orient Star Semi-Skeleton. The Orient Star Semi-Skeleton is the most visually dramatic watch in the Orient catalog, a timepiece that opens a window directly into the heart of the movement and turns the act of reading the time into a mechanical spectacle. The partial skeletonization of the dial reveals the movement's inner workings: gears, bridges, the beating balance wheel, while retaining enough dial structure to keep the watch legible and wearable rather than purely an artistic exercise. The movement visible beneath is finished to Orient Star standards with decorated surfaces and a level of attention that would cost significantly more in a Swiss equivalent. Sapphire crystal front and back allow you to appreciate the movement from every angle, and the power reserve indicator adds a practical layer of information that complements the horological theater of the skeletonized dial. Number 2, Orient Star Classic Moon Phase. The Orient Star Classic Moon Phase is Orient's most ambitious and most accomplished dress watch, a timepiece that adds one of horology's most beloved and poetic complications to the already distinguished Orient Star Classic formula. The moon phase display tracks the lunar cycle with a romanticism that has captivated watchmakers and collectors for centuries, depicting the waxing and waning moon against a deep blue or black star field with a precision and beauty that makes every glance at the dial a genuinely special moment. Moon phase complications at this price point are exceptionally rare. From Swiss manufacturers, you would typically pay several $1,000s more to access this level of horological poetry. Orient delivers it with an in-house movement, Orient Star finishing standards, sapphire crystal, power reserve indicator, and exhibition case back. A complete, refined package that feels and wears like a luxury watch by every meaningful measure. Number 1, Orient Star Sports Diver. The Orient Star Sports Diver takes the top position on today's list, and it earns that distinction by achieving something genuinely extraordinary, delivering Orient Star-level quality, finishing, and sophistication in a professional sports watch format that competes with dive watches costing 3 and 4 times the price. The Sports Diver combines 200 meters of water resistance, a unidirectional bezel, and all the tool watch credentials you demand from a serious diving instrument with the elevated finishing standards that define the Orient Star sub-brand. The sapphire crystal, exhibition case, back decorated movement, and power reserve indicator are all present, features you simply do not find on dive watches at this price from any other manufacturer. The dial is bold, legible, and richly detailed, and the bracelet quality is the best Orient produces, articulated, well-finished, and sitting with a confidence on the wrist that punches decisively above its class.